Amen. So on this Sunday, when I say, Christ is risen,
He is risen indeed.
Christ is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Now, if I were to see you in Safeway on Tuesday, and I said, Christ is risen,
He is risen indeed.
would you? If we were in the frozen food section, or would you go, He is risen indeed? It's easy to be brave when we're sitting here together. It's easy to be brave when we know how the story ended and where it went. But really look at what happened within the story and notice that the people who knew Jesus, who knew him face to face, who walked with him for 3 years, overall, they didn't get it. I mean, where would you be on that Easter Sunday? He told the disciples, didn't he, that this was going to happen, that he would die, and that on the third day, no ambiguity there, on the third day I will be raised from the dead. Where would you be? I mean, we'd be standing on the hills around the tomb, right? Ready, first row seats, looking to see the greatest show on earth. Nothing like this has ever been seen before. When Jesus came out of the tomb, we would have gone, yay! Give me a yay. Yay! Way to go, Jesus! Except we're coos, right? So we would probably go, go! Jesus. Jesus! Yeah, we're so brave. But look what happened. Of all the people that knew him and of all the people that had heard him say what was going to take place, there were two. Two people came. And even those two people really didn't expect to experience what they experienced. They were coming there to take care of the body. You see, it's easy to be brave when we're together. But notice too, what is it that Jesus and all the angels, all the way through the Bible, God keeps telling us what to love one another. And okay, love one another, that we can kind of do, love one another, love one another, love one another. But the other thing that keeps getting repeated all the way through the Bible is be good. No. Actually, be good is not in there. That's kind of a Calvinist twist in the 1500s. Not just be good, but be perfect. No! What does God keep telling? And it happens twice, maybe 3 times just in this little story. Do not be afraid. And yet we are so afraid. Fear. Fear is the mind killer. Sometimes, if it's something like a spider, then it's big fear, right? At least for me. Phobos, phobia. But I want you to think too, not just about the big fear. If God is telling us, and if this Easter Sunday, with Jesus rising from the dead, Jesus, that's pretty amazing. But there's more to it than that, because where were the disciples? They were hiding. We're going to see over the next couple of weeks that they are not just hiding, but they're in locked rooms. Because they are so terrified. And I want us to think today about the locks and the doors and the shutters that we put on our own lives. I was talking to one of our high school teachers, and she teaches math, which for me is even a bigger phobos than spiders. But she was talking about it, and she said, you know, Pastor, she said, the hardest thing for me is to sit there with students and to know, when you look in their eyes, you know that they've shut down. They've been told over and over again, or they've told themselves that they can't do it. Or they've been humiliated. Or they just, and you know how that feels. Maybe it's not math. Maybe math is just easy as pie for you. 3.14. Anyway, but Maybe there are other things where you have just really taken it inside yourself that you just can't do it. Fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death. And over again, on Easter Sunday, all the way through, God keeps popping up and saying, stop it. There's nothing to fear. When she was talking about the math students, and she said that she sees that kind of hidden terror in their eyes, she said, it's my job to try to find a key to unlock the fear so they know that they can do it, that they can find a way to do it. Fear. All those little times that we tell ourselves, for whatever reason, that we can't do something. And Jesus is coming in at us and saying, come on, what do you have to be afraid of? One of the banners, that one up there. Wonderful lady in a previous congregation, Grace in Bellevue. Janie Adams, liturgical artist. And every year what she would do is she would create a banner for the Synod Assembly. So she'd work off of the theme for the Synod Assembly. And the Synod Assembly simply expected her to make a banner. We've got those banners now, so we can kind of mix them into all the wonderful ones that Catherine Cross has made, and we can kind of mix it up a little bit. But she found out that the Synod Assembly was going to be in the middle of Easter. So she came to me and she said, Pastor, she said, you know all things liturgical. What? Yes, I do. She said, what are the colors for Easter? Tell me, because I need to know so that I can work on this banner. I said, well, Jenny, the colors for Easter are white and gold. What am I supposed to do with that? What? Is there nothing else? No, Jenny, white and gold. I can't do anything with that. What am I supposed to do with white and gold? That is ridiculous. There must be something else. No. Jenny. Oh, she left in a huff. 3 or 4 days later, nothing other than white and gold. Have you checked? No. Jenny, that's it. Oh, for 2 weeks, she came at me. There must be something else. And I said, white and gold. And she kept saying, I can't do anything with white and gold. Green and brown and pink, yeah. But not white and gold. And then finally she came in and she said, I've got it. I've got it. I think I can do it. She said, but Pastor, she said, I don't want you to close your curtains all the way anymore. What? She said, because I took 2 feet of your curtains from your office. And Jesus' robe is made out of the curtains from my office. And she looked at me and she said, sometimes you have to sacrifice. This is the best banner that Jenny made. It's her piece de resistance. Because she kept fighting with, I can't do it. I can't do anything with that, until finally it came about. Folks, take life by the horns. This is the only life you have. This is the only gift that you have from God to really make something out of it. And all the way through. It's kind of like, how many people here know who Pee Wee Herman is? Yeah, the older folks like me. Pee Wee Herman is great, but in his Pee Wee's Great Adventure, Pee Wee's bike gets stolen. And so he has to go find the Alamo, because he's been told that his bike has been held hostage in the basement of the Alamo. Turns out there is no basement in the Alamo, but that's okay. But as he's going through this adventure, he keeps meeting all these great characters. Large Margin, and he meets Simone, a waitress in a diner. And he says, I can't do Pee-wee's voice, it's just too weird, but he says, Simone, Simone, go with me. Come with me, Simone, on this adventure. And she says, I'd love to, Pee-wee, but... No, Simone, well, Pee-wee, I'd love to, but... And he says, everybody that I meet has a big butt. Well, I would love to be able to do this, or I would love to be able to do that, but it's always creeping in there. But I can't do it. But maybe it would be too much of a risk. But this Sunday is God not only opening up Jesus' tomb, but opening up yours too. Opening up the doors of that tomb, rolling the stone away, and letting you know, this is your life. Gift from God. Rise from the dead. Step outside of the limitations that you have put on yourselves. Struggle with it, wrestle with it, and then make that life your piece de resistance, your masterpiece. Amen. Amen.